Moments ago, the Department of Justice released its report for the investigation they conducted into the Phoenix Police Department. The DOJ's report alleges that the Phoenix Police Department had a pattern or practice of constitutional violations. But that's what it is at this point, allegations. And depending on what Phoenix does next, we may never know if these allegations are actually supported by facts. I'm Steve Serbalik, and I'm a panel attorney with ASCOPS in Arizona. First, a refresher. DOJ investigation reports do not cite their sources. This is somewhat unique, at least for someone like me who reads police and investigation reports for a living. In the vast majority of reports that the government issues, the audio recordings, interview transcripts, and underlying basis materials are provided, but not in DOJ investigation reports. In fact, if government entities enter into a consent decree, the DOJ takes the position that the actual facts that they allege support the report are never released. Just last year, a Massachusetts prosecutor asked the DOJ for the underlying materials related to the DOJ's investigation of the Springfield, Massachusetts Police Department. The DOJ refused to provide these materials. The prosecutor sued, and the Court of Appeals held that the DOJ had no obligation to release these records, since the department entered into a consent decree with the DOJ. Bringing this back to Phoenix, this means that, should the city decide to not challenge the DOJ report, the city and the public would never know the alleged facts that support the report. And recent DOJ reports have documented inconsistencies that are critical for the public to know. As my regular viewers know, in the DOJ's report on the Louisville Police Department, there were glaring omissions and misleading information contained in the DOJ's Louisville report. We dug into the Louisville report and the underlying incidents and found massive inconsistencies. But it was too late for Louisville to do anything about these errors and omissions, because Louisville had already signed an agreement in principle to accept a consent decree. Which brings us back to Phoenix. Phoenix and members of ASCOPS that I represent cooperated with the DOJ investigation. We gave dozens of interviews, and I recorded them all. Individuals under investigation answered questions for hundreds of hours, yet much of what these individuals said was either omitted or mischaracterized in the DOJ report. And worse, it didn't have to be this way. Phoenix representatives asked to review the DOJ report before it was released, as law enforcement officers want reports to be accurate, but the DOJ refused. They didn't want feedback from Phoenix to make sure the report was accurate. Instead, they released a report without releasing alleged evidence, and now want Phoenix to simply accept their findings without further review. But there is a process in place should Phoenix decide to insist on transparency and accuracy. Phoenix has the option to go to trial on the allegations contained in the report. Then, in federal court, the DOJ would have the responsibility of actually producing evidence to back the allegations. As a citizen of Phoenix and someone who represents hundreds of members of the Phoenix Police Department, this is what I hope for. Because the information that I have, including recorded interviews, shows that the report is not accurate. We will see what Phoenix's elected leaders do next. And I hope that all the viewers in Phoenix contact their representatives to ensure that we get the full picture. I'm Steve Serbalik. Thanks for watching, and stay safe out there.